Please,
Welcome to another episode of Welcome to another episode of Hoe and Shit. My name is
Hoe. Let's make that known. And if someone comments on my motherfucking Facebook one more time, we're gonna have some problems because I'm not a real hoe.
Oh, I've been getting the same shit. I think it's because we starting to pop.
Ooh, like popcorn, bitch.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm not a hoe though. Yeah.
But anyway.
We made a post talking about, ooh, who wanna be on the show? And someone's like, do we really gotta be a hoe? Bitch, I ain't a hoe.
This is not real hoeing and shit, but we be hoeing and shit for our one and onlys. Our man, like one nigga, like one. Well,
Yeah.
if we had men, you know.
Yeah.
We're single. But
they might be lined up and shit. Who knows? But we're dating.
Yes.
Okay, in Seattle. And we're breaking stigmas because people like to think that because you're dating, or if I went on a date with this guy and it didn't work out, but then you see me with another guy in a couple weeks, I'm automatically a hoe because of that? Nah, I got options. A bitch got needs. And that don't mean I'm fucking all of them. And if I was, mind your
business. Okay, the business that pays you. And it's not male bashing. So we're trying to create an open environment and a welcoming environment for all you males to ask questions that you're afraid to ask, or other women might backlash you to ask. Don't be afraid. We're trying to build bridges and love and connections and communication. We're not trying to tear anyone down. Even if you're a real hoe, we support all the shit that you do.
Right.
We're tired of the disrespect, the names. None of that needs to come when you're trying to find love. So we're gonna be out here hoeing this shit.
Right, and we might have some real hoes on the show.
Exactly, you never know. We don't knock no hustles, and we'll be hoeing and shit when we're married. Because we'll be hoeing. I'm gonna be straight.
Ooh, I'm gonna be
pleasing my man.
Yes, he can do whatever he like for the most part.
Yes.
So again, my name is Kay.
Yes, and mine is Applepiepockets.
And
since we had the episode for crazy hoes today, stalker hoes, I wanted to wear my crazy braids, My set it off in this motherfucker. Just in case we gotta set it off in this motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you a couple crazy stories I've had in my past.
But she died in that movie?
She did, but she made it to the motherfucking end. Hey! All the way to the end. She sacrificed so Jada could live. Oh, really? That's okay. That's okay. Queen was in a couple other ones. Okay, I love me some Queen Latifah, so we'll set it off tonight. Ain't nobody dying tonight.
I know, right? Cause man. Anyway, so what's going on with you?
Like in life?
I don't know. Period. Shit.
Apparently, everything. I ain't wore my motherfucking wig. It's
like we still recovering from New Year's.
Man, oh my God. Okay, please guys subscribe and watch the video. Tell us what you think. It was so much fun doing that New Year's vlog. Happy New Year's to all of you guys. It airs January 5th, so just tell us what you guys think in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe.
It does air January 5th, however, it's by the time you watch this, it's going to be January 12th, so make sure you already watched it. You should have already watched it, yes. So catch up, because that vlog was lit. I had it by. A bitch was drunk.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun. We appreciate being out, the invite being out, and I hope that you guys enjoy watching us.
Yes. Because
it wasn't too crazy though.
Yeah. Minus a few mishaps.
Stop!
I'm just joking.
You gotta watch the show too, then.
I know, right?
Just in case you guys missed it by this episode, catch up.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're going on to crazy hoes, delusional hoes, stalker hoes,
crazy hoes.
All that falls under crazy.
Especially what you said, the delusional hoes.
Some hoes just be in their own fantasy land.
Dumb hoes.
Reality check a bitch. Reality. Check a bitch.
I know, right? Same hoes. Fat hoes.
And I'll talk about a fat hoe in a minute. I'm a fat one. But I'm not a hoe though.
Anyways, so we can tell you guys what we drinking on. What you drinking, apple pie?
So this is my version of a black white Russian. That's Crown, Pinnacle, and what is that? Cream? Yeah, and it's all mixed up, and it tastes like chocolate milk for grown-ups.
Like a crazy bitch.
Yes, Yes, I came crazy and ready. Got the J's on and everything.
Hey.
We're about to come with it today in this episode.
And I'm drinking on Henny and vodka because I just want to say, I drink vodka, but I wanted to put a splash of Henny in my drink because I wanted to say rest in peace to the niggas that I left. It's 2019. I'm just playing, babe. Hey.
Oh my God. A lot gets left and we get a whole new year. Fuckboy free, crazy, delusional, stalker free. And we're going to stalker free.
Yeah, and no fake bitches. Well, I mean, it is what it is.
You could be fake, but just keep that shit over there.
What's going on with you, Kay? Ain't shit going on with me. I'm just living my best life.
Ain't going back and forth with you, bitches. Bullshit, niggas and bitches. That's how you should live your life, you guys. Don't go back and forth with these bitches, and don't go back and forth with these niggas. Get that money, focus on yourself. Fuck them, because eventually they're going to fall off. The more you ignore them, stop engaging in that shit.
Yeah, I made a post on the page and I said, have you ever just pissed some motherfuckers off? I mean, I didn't go that hard. I'm gonna go hard now. But have you ever pissed some motherfuckers off just by living your life?
Man,
just by just doing you.
Actually agreed with that.
Yeah, just by doing you. It's just like, man, I didn't know that I was bothering people by just, little old me.
Sometimes misery loves company. You can't give it to it.
As I sip on my Henny. Cream.
What honey and cream really look like in person.
Bitch, I'm cutting
anyway, why you think your new boo always say my ex is crazy?
No, first of all, let's talk about these crazy bitches that think because they put up a little profile picture. I'm just joking. So let's
speak your mind.
No. Somebody asked me if after.
Okay, so next we're moving on. Why do they say that their exes is crazy? What leads to that? So
I'm sitting with my nigga and I'm like, so why you and your girl broke up? Why you and your old girl broke up? Oh, the bitch was crazy. They always say that. I've never had a nigga not tell me that. Why is she crazy?
Well, I've definitely had some mature men explain situations, and that's probably the difference if you're dealing with like a mature man or boy. But I have gotten some men who did tell me that too, and who were probably a little immature at the time.
I feel like it's like a red flag off the bat.
Absolutely.
And you want to dismiss me and just say she was crazy and I can't ask no questions? Well, what the fuck did you do to make the bitch crazy? Or, like, I understand there's two sides of a story, but she can't just possibly be crazy all by herself. Like, or was she crazy when you met her? Like, what happened? Like, I feel like if you tell me she's crazy, I kind of have the right to know what am I going to be crazy? Like, am I going to crazy?
Absolutely. I agree 110%. If it's something that they don't elaborate on, that's a red flag. I feel like, of course, there is some circumstances where people do really get with people who are crazy, who have mental illnesses, that they didn't really prepare to be into, and so it's probably a touchy subject for them to elaborate on that because it's not really their mental health that they're talking about, it's the other person. So I can respect that. Yeah. But if you don't want to elaborate at all,
then that's a problem. It's like, are you not taking responsibility for like your part or whatever? But then back to the mental health thing. Like, I didn't mess with a dude that didn't tell me he had actual mental health issues until like we were like too deep into it. My feelings and shit was all attached and shit. And I'm like, well, how come you didn't tell me this before? Maybe he was ashamed or he didn't want to go and seek help. You know, black men not want to go see a counselor and get help or medication or whatever the case is. So yeah, that nigga is crazy, still hitting me up.
Wow, that is such a good subject.
I'm just like, so like, when I tell you my ex is crazy, I really literally mean that. I'm not saying that people with mental health are crazy, but the nigga I fucked with, crazy.
Might have did some crazy things.
And did some crazy things, and we'll get into all of that.
And just a disclaimer, it's very important that if people have mental health issues to seek help. help with therapy, help with doctors, help with different type of prescription drugs that can help you. And people who know people or get involved with people like that, try to do your best to push them to get mental help or any type of treatment or help. And if you can't, it's out of your hands. Make sure they're in a safe place and then just disappear from the situation, because it's not going to make it any better for either one of you. But mental illness is so serious, and we know that it's tough, especially for Black men, to want to gain the courage to reach out. It's just a disclaimer. You are important, you are worthy, and you should seek help and get the help that you need.
And you loyal, and you smart.
And you smart. You're so crazy.
And another thing is, like, I feel like it's a weak attempt to make yourself look good. Oh, that bitch was crazy. She did all this other shit, all this other stuff, and she slashed my tires and all that stuff, but you left the part out where you was cheating on the best friend. Like, or you was hitting on her mama or something or whatever, or you slapped her, and then that's the reason why she tossed your ass down the stairs, or she threw your PlayStation out the window. First of all, nigga, you shouldn't have been standing too close to the stairs and your ass wouldn't have got pushed down the stairs. I'm just saying, that didn't really happen, but maybe it did.
Oh, speaking of what really happened, Kay, tell me a little story, because you sound a little passionate. I want to know, so have you had a crazy...
I mean, are you asking me?
Well, have you had a boo that said someone was crazy, the ex was crazy? How did that turn out for you?
Well, how didn't it turn out? Like I said, like, every guy that I've talked to has always explained to me that their ex is crazy. Okay. And I never used to ask questions. Part of the reason was because I was naive. I've only really been, like, dating for not that long or whatever. And so I don't know. I didn't know, like, the right questions to ask until it was, like, dead in my face and couldn't do anything about it. So it's like, that person told me that the ex was crazy, and I'm just like, oh, crazy. Hope that bitch don't come around me. And if you do, I'm gonna beat her ass. You know, I done been in situations where I found out that the bitch really is crazy, and then found me somehow, and I'm just like, okay, so this is when I'm like, this is when I'm like 25, 26 years old, like fresh. So I'm just like, okay, bitch, you want to fight? Because I didn't know, I met her, she ain't show up, and then she did or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm that bitch, like, you tell me to pull up, I'm pulling up.
Maybe she should have wore the braids. Because she sent it off with this mother.
I'm just like, man. But, I mean, like, have you done some crazy things? Because that was some crazy things that's kind of like residual from...
Not the residual!
That's from, like, that nigga. Usually, it doesn't spill over into me. Like, the crazy exes or whatever, it usually doesn't come to me. And if it does come to me, I'm putting a stop to it, or I'm gonna ignore the fuck out of it, because you're not gonna get under my skin. I'm going to be unfucking bothered. You can make fake profile pictures, pages of me. You can do whatever you want to do, whatever, because this is what these bitches do on Facebook nowadays or whatever. You can do whatever you want to me. I'm unbothered by it. So it's like, it doesn't affect me at all.
And that's such a good point I want to piggyback off of, because in my experience, I did date somebody who said their ex was crazy, and I took it at face value, and like for the first couple months, I was unbothered. All the way up to the first year, I was unbothered. You know, little residual shit would like pop up. I'm not paying attention to it because it really wasn't big at the time. And then probably about a year and a half into it, when shit got really serious with me and him, then she really showed the ugly side of her face. And like when we first got together, there were some small like remnants of things in his house, still of her. Like that I talked to him about it and having him house clean and spring clean and throw the shit away, and I let him do it at his own pace. And then eventually I was like, we really got to get serious about getting this shit out of here, because I had a key. And so it's like eventually I'm going to move in, or we'll move together. So I'm going through paperwork and shit, and she really was through the state bipolar and crazy. And so it made me kind of step back and be like, okay, well, that's what kept me unbothered through up to the year, until it started getting more where he was kind of like not being accounted for certain times he was supposed to be coming home, or certain things he was supposed to be doing was starting to flake. And then I was getting inboxes and calls from her. And so even though he was trying to reassure me that she's crazy, you know, and she's saying crazy shit, like I'm getting my hair done and I get a phone call from an unknown number, and I'm young, you know, naive, learning about relationships, and she's telling me she's 2 weeks pregnant and she already had an abortion.
2 weeks. Come on now.
Or miscarriage or whatever, but she already lost the baby. But they're 2 weeks pregnant and this and that. And I'm freaking out, crying, calling him, I'm gonna kill you, like I can't do this, I can't, you know, what's going on? And I really believed her. And I ended up like packing my shit up and leaving, like staying the night at a best friend's house, and I answered my phone. He freaked out. He was driving around all night looking for me, found out I was at my best friend's house was outside, like tearing up. Like I'm trying to plead with you that this is not really the case. And I can't believe anything else because I feel like, yes, you said she was crazy, but there were certain times where you weren't accounted for. There were certain times where she was saying things that made sense.
Why is she still in your life? How come you haven't put a stop to it yet? And if this crazy bitch, she crazy or whatever, and she always hitting you up or blowing up your phone, how come you haven't done anything about it? Are you responding to her? Because when I had that girl messaging me, my daughter was just born, and I had a bitch messaging me pictures of my daughter or whatever, talking about you ugly bitch, and it's an ugly ass baby and shit. I'm just like, this don't even have nothing to do with me. I don't even fuck with that nigga no more. And you got this bitch all up in my business, texting me and calling me all hours or whatever. And so you're telling me that she's doing the same thing, but are you responding to her?
Right.
Because as soon as I stopped, I ignored her. I didn't say anything to her at all. And then she eventually stopped.
Right.
Because I didn't give her the satisfaction. But if you going back and forth like, oh yeah, you bitch, you feeding right up into the shit. So are you engaging in the conversation?
So red flag number one, are you still engaging? Whether it's the man or the woman, you know, the man or the girlfriend, are you still engaging somehow with the ex? So that's rule number one. What really makes them crazy? It's because you're still engaging. Yeah. And so in her situation, he was still engaging to a certain, and you kind of was too until it stopped.
I wasn't, the thing is, like, I wasn't even like still messing around with it. I'm busy taking care of a baby I just had. Yeah. And like, I'm posting pictures online. Oh, this is my baby. And then I get a text like of my baby, and I'm cropped out the fucking picture. Shut up. And I'm just like, what?
Crazy.
Yeah. But have you ever been that crazy bitch before?
What happened?
Oh,
so anyway, stop engaging with your exes. They're crazy. But also, the current girlfriend can turn crazy. So like, yes, I have been that crazy female.
I can snap.
That's why I wore the braids today to show I'm not playing. It's like, no, I'm not crazy no more because I don't have the energy. I'm too old. But there was a story. So I was with my ex, and he was supposed to be out of town. And I had a key to his house, and I went up to his house after the club with my homegirl, and the door was open. Like it was cracked a little bit, and he's supposed to be out of town, and I'm not understanding why his door is left open and nobody else that I know has a key besides me. Long story short, I call him, blow him up, and he's telling me, because he's supposed to be in Texas, it's like 2 in the morning, he's saying at that time, and I'm like, your door is open, should I call the police? You know, he's like, no. And so he's like, my best friend was supposed to be over there because he needed a place to stay real quick after the club. Supposedly his best friend was bringing home some girl, and he had a girlfriend. So he couldn't take the girl home, so he took her to his house. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go in the room, and I see a pair of pants on the floor, but I don't see no residual of the best friend. I don't see his pants on the floor. I don't see his shit anywhere. So I see some pants that are not my size, and they're on the floor. And so I was thinking maybe, you know, Jasmine Sullivan, go out to the bins and bust the windows out the car.
Bust your windows out the car.
Man, and I heard that kind of, you know, resemble Jasmine, you know. But anyway, so instead, because I was like, that's going to be too expensive if I have to pay for that, because I'm probably not going to leave the nigga after I fucking shit up.
A crazy bitch.
So I went in the house and fucked his house up. So it's, that nigga literally, like, I blacked out. And like, because I knew it was another bitch, and it was just like already so many red flags that I probably should have paid attention to. I went in there and I went ballistic. Like, that nigga had to move because he had cinnamon in the ground in the kitchen floor that he couldn't get out. And like, he was traumatized. Like, come on. And it's not funny. It's not, I learned from my mistakes. It is not fucking funny, but it's just a real situation where you don't play with people's emotions or feelings because shit can go left. So, yeah, long story short, he ended up moving to a nice house, 7-bedroom, beautiful house. You know, I probably motivated him. But I learned my lesson. He moved to the house and he ended up doing some stupid fuck shit. I walked in on him and some other girl on the bed, and then I went crazy again.
Because you kept fucking with the nigga and he knew he can get away with it.
I was in love.
No, but you probably was dick with
He was everything. The only fucked up thing is that he wasn't loyal and he was unfaithful. But that man was everything perfect. Like, good father, everything you could think of perfect. Never disrespected me, was a great provider, great worker, very responsible at work. Always was at the top of the food chain at his job. Like, everything was perfect about him, but he was just a hoe. Mm-hmm. So, and that was my trigger. So yes, it will turn any girl crazy, but you can't blame your craziness on someone else's actions. You have to take control of your own actions, because at some point, the police end up being called, and like, you don't want to have a record and things that will follow you for the rest of your life, and that person's not even going to be in your life for the long term.
Exactly.
So you don't want to make stupid mistakes. But when you're young and in love, you do things that you're not,
proud of. Or...
Yeah. Well, I'm very proud of it.
Well,
don't play with me. But not that you're not smart about.
I'm just saying, but I don't have any stories because I'm an angel.
The lies she tells.
Actually, I have a few.
Tell me a little bit about you gonna tell me about you being crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, I wouldn't call it crazy because I feel like I was within my rights.
I was within my rights too.
Like, don't fuck with my feelings. Don't play with me. Or none of that shit. Because I might act all nice and shit or whatever, and I might look timid. I used to be very, very, very timid. I feel like I'm just not coming out of my shell. But if you knew me back then, I was a quiet, crazy person. And I'll just share one little thing or two. I'll start with the softer one.
Oh my God.
So I had this guy best friend. He ain't my best friend no more. But we were tight. Oh my God. When I say we were tight, we spent every single day together. And just like, he talked to me about everything. I talked to him about everything. I met him in high school. Like, we were like this, inseparable. But the nigga want to go and get a girlfriend. Okay, I sounded a little crazy when I said that. But he didn't have girlfriends before, but he want to go and get a serious relationship. And I'm like, okay, what about me? So you couldn't spending time with me to be with this bitch? I sound crazy as fuck.
But she's not crazy. Ex or anything. She's not crazy, right?
This is my best friend. We ain't fucked or nothing at the time.
But I'm not a hoe though.
Okay. See, you making me forget my story. So, and another reason why niggas ain't shit. He called me on the phone. He was like, look, my girl ain't really feeling you. So, we can't be friends anymore. Bitch, I cried on the phone. I'm like, well, why are you breaking up with me? He's like, we not together. We just best friends. Like, what am I supposed to do with my life? You my everything.
Love making you do some crazy shit. Even when you ain't had the D.
This is before I had a kid. I was like, man. I was like, okay, you fuck nigga.
Oh,
so I'm just like, why? I couldn't understand it. Oh, because she think you crazy and you're gonna interfere with our relationship. I'm like, why would she think that? Why would she think that? And then he was like, and then so I'm crying, right? Crying. Like flowing tears.
Oh.
And then he was like, I'm gonna get off the phone. I'm so sorry, I'm gonna get off the phone. And then I was like, well, you gonna have to hang up on me.
She's crazy.
He hung up on me. You know what I did? Let me tell you what I did, Kay. I was like, okay, bet. I hopped in my car. I drove downtown Seattle. I don't even remember if I paid. I was skirt. Banged on the motherfucker door. I was like, oh my God, Kay, for real? Banging on the door. Guess who answered the fucking door? The bitch. I was like,
ding dong.
I was like, is best friend here? And she was like, he's here. What do you want? I'm here. And I'm just like, excuse me. Excuse me. I didn't come to see you. But I think that's the reason why he cut me off. You know, looking back at it, I didn't understand then how you gonna cut off your best friend or whatever. Time out. But the relationship only lasted like a few months.
That's
so
the
you
thing.
cut me off for some shit that only lasted a few months. Relationship was never the same after that.
Absolutely.
After that, relationship was never the same. Tried to kick it with him, but at the back of my mind, I'm just like,
the betrayal, the loyalty is gone.
Yeah.
He chunks up.
yeah, and I'm still fucking bitter about that shit. I'm just like,
Speaking of best friends, what about guys who have girls who are best friends, or girls who have guys who are best friends, who end up being crazy stalkers?
well, see with that,
Since you were a best friend at one time.
I think I have a more understanding of, I need to respect that relationship. I am going into it like with I'm fucking with a nigga and he got a girl best friend. I would never try to come in between that because that's something that they've built. That's something that I can't come between them, and I wouldn't expect to come between that because I was the best friend that was crazy, and if you want to call it stalkers, because I popped up at the nigga house or whatever. Like looking at that, because that was like seven years ago.
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah, so it's like, and like I can't keep blaming things on Young. I knew what the fuck I was doing. Yeah, but like now, if I do mess around with someone who got a girl best friend, do you? But if she disrespect me, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But if I won't disrespect their relationship because I won't ever tell him, well, you got to make a choice. It's either her or me, because I don't want him to choose me and then resent me because he lost out on his friend, and I don't want him to choose her and then resent her because he lost out on the best thing ever. You know,
Best thing I ever had. Okay, bitch.
For real.
Well, I have to play devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Because actually you enlightened me and made me see another side of the situation. I dated my first boyfriend, had a best friend, and that kind of tore us apart in a sense, because he was so adamant about keeping her in our life even though they were doing inappropriate things. There was a text that came through where she was naked, and I thought it was, let me not say what I thought it was. I thought it was an animal, but I didn't.
Well, does he watch the show?
I hope so. I thought it was an animal, and but long story short, after 3 years of fighting back and forth, I let that situation win, and I feel total opposite. I feel like if you are a man with a female best friend, it's very hard, unless that female best friend is unattractive, for you to really be her full friend and not be attracted to her in some way, as if she's some type of last resort if it doesn't work out with you, or in 5 years that's who you're going to be with. 10 years, these men think so far ahead with certain things that women, they don't really tell or whatever. Or you might have did something with her before and she might just be lusting after you for so long, and now you guys have two different relationships in your head. I don't ever want to be a part of that, so I will not date no man with no best friend that's a woman. I'm your best friend. We go out together.
He can have two best friends.
He could be a guy, because then you guys go out and do guy shit. You're not going to have no best friend woman that be like, oh, you're going to call her up, hey, let's go shopping.
None of that matters to me though, because none of that matters to me because I am secure in who I am. I'm not saying that you are not secure, but I'm secure in who I am, and if he's telling me that, okay, I don't care if you guys fucked in the past or whatever and all that case, because yeah, I did some shit. But as long as that shit stops, I'm in the picture now. So she's going to have to adjust.
Well, stats show that men usually, when they cheat, it's like a high percentage, like 53 or something crazy like that they end up cheating with a best friend, either theirs or the girlfriend's best friend. So any other, I mean, I'm not saying all stats are right. I'm just saying not putting temptation in places where it shouldn't be, because there's already so many. You gave me a lot of enlightenment being that you have that experience being a best friend, and also knowing, what it's like, for since you were the best friend, what it must have been like for him to have to date and then have a best friend too. You have a lot of different experiences. I have an experience of dating someone that actually had a best friend that interfered with our relationship, and it took over the relationship in a negative way. He never really stood up for me. There was no clear communication
boundaries,
with all three of us either.
Like a boundary or whatever. This is who I fuck with, and
right. Yeah. Or even she's so much your friend, why can't we all go out together? Why can't we all be friends together? If there's some secrecy or some divide, there's something that you're not telling me, I don't trust you then. And there's no loyalty to me either.
Yeah, because I'm going to put 2 and 2 together, and I'm going to come up with whatever the fuck I want to come up with, and I'm going to just think, okay, y'all fucking.
And I'm sorry, I'm selfish. I'm a queen bee. I'm the number one priority. Unless you got kids, I'm the number one bitch.
She said queen bee, Lil' Kim. She was Lil' Kim the other night.
I was Mary J. Blige in the club the other night. Shit, no, I don't want to be, because eventually the reason why I'm dating you, I want to be married to you. And when we're married, in my mind, we are the head.
She could be the best man.
Bye!
I am okay with it. I'm okay with dating a nigga that has a best friend. Because it's what's she gonna do? What is she gonna do? Nothing.
Well, have you had experiences with stalkers on social media? Moving into the next subject.
Oh yeah. No.
Since we're talking about this, I have experience with stalkers on social media, just because I'm living my life.
Yes. I've had experience with stalkers on social media. I've had stalkers from a nigga I've actually been fucking with, or an ex, or a bitch that that thinks I'm fucking with a nigga. I've had people or people just make up shit or whatever, or it's because I run a few businesses off of social media, so it's people come out of nowhere. Some people, you get those friend requests and they don't have nothing on their page or whatever, and in the inbox you talking about, do you fuck with this person and this person? Okay, block. I don't got time for none of that shit.
So you deal with it by being unbothered. You deal with it by.
It took me a minute to get there though, because I used to respond to it, all of it. I used to respond to it, and you know where that got me? Nowhere. It got me wasted time, because a bitch ain't never gonna pull up. A nigga ain't gonna never do anything. No one's ever came up to me and said, hey, you from Facebook, let me whoop your ass. No, because ain't nobody about to do that. All people are doing right now is talking shit behind the keyboard and ain't about to do shit. So it's just I just stopped responding to it, because if you want to pull up, bitch, you know where I'm at.
Absolutely.
All my shit is public. The only thing that are not, it's not public, or maybe a couple of pictures here and there of me, or maybe my daughter. So it's if you want to stalk, bitch, okay, buy some tickets to my events, or subscribe
buy some tickets,
or subscribe to the YouTube channel. So I don't respond to fake profiles or whatever, or people trying to impersonate me. I don't respond to some fake ass messages or whatever. If you want to know anything about me, my number is fucking public. Call me, and that's the best way to get a response out of me. That's the best way, not creating no fake ass pages or whatever, because I am not the one. And it's always 90% percent of the time, it's always behind a nigga
or a bitch. Yes, niggas get into a lot of
exactly.
shit over bitches. So absolutely, niggas be trying to live their life. Or men, grown ass men, trying to be open and transparent with their new partner, doing everything they can and trying to live their life, but they have other people who are trying to bring them down and not see them happy because they're miserable. So I totally understand both points of view.
Even the niggas, they wanna pillow talk with the bitch that they fucking with, and they wanna bring up Kay's name. And I ain't even fuck with the nigga.
Well, I'm trying to learn to be a better person like Kay, because I'm not the type of bitch that will let you go. I will pull the fuck up.
No.
I'm not find out your address, and I will pull the fuck up.
That's fine. I'm not letting shit go. I remember everything. And bitch, if I ever see you in public. If I ever see anybody in public and I know you've been talking shit about me, don't say hi to me. Don't be fake.
Right.
Because if you come up to me, it's over. Because I'm not that, I'll be cordial with you because of the sake of, oh, whatever. No, bitch. If I see you in public and I know you've been talking shit, but you're too scared to say my name, I'll do you the courtesy and I'll pull up on you because we're in the same area. I'm just saying, like, but I'm not gonna go out and seek you because, bitch, you ain't seek me and you're the one that's talking.
And ain't nobody got the time for that type of shit. Yeah. People are just in their own. Everybody got a battle they're fighting and a struggle they're fighting. So to take extra time out of the battle you're fighting and stalk someone or put that energy into it means you need special help. And so I pray and hope that you get the help that you need. However,
but why do, and I always think it's like the nigga is somewhat to blame for it,
or the female. If there's like a guy stalker and the girl is it's always the other person.
Yeah, so whoever the other person is, like whether it's a nigga or a bitch, like or a woman or a man, like if for example, I'll use me. If I'm stalking someone, it's because maybe he's giving me some type of hope that we're gonna be together. Mm-hmm. Like say for like I don't know, like why am I stalking you? No. Because you're giving me hope that maybe there's something, okay, maybe we might fuck one day. I'm not that fucking crazy.
And like, I do want to actually come off of that because in my incident with my ex, there was a period where he felt sorry for her because he knew she had a real mental illness and that he would still communicate to be nice and be friendly because he was such a nice person. He did not like confrontation. Mm-hmm. He did not like letting people down or hurt people's feelings. And he would do it in a very so I do understand. I know that there's men out there that are like that, or women out there that are like that, that think keeping some type of connection, being friendly is important, and letting them down slowly.
It's not.
You
need to be like
it's feeding their stalker habits.
And I know when I say this, I need to take my own advice, but you have to just cut it off.
Yes.
Because you're gonna waste time. Like, look, bitch, stop fucking texting me. Don't ever call my fucking phone. I'm gonna beat your ass. Something like that.
Now, what if they keep inserting themselves in some way in your life?
Like an ex?
A crazy stalker individual.
Oh, yeah, well...
Even the crazy ex. Anybody who...
For an ex, yeah, well... For example, like, all my exes want me back. Like,
don't get with none of my exes because they're going to cheat. They're going to try to cheat on you.
I've never had anybody cheat on me that I was aware of, that I knew of. Like, if you cheated on me, I didn't know. Oh. Like, I never walked on a nigga cheating on me or anything.
Oh my God, I wish.
Well, I ain't been with that many.
I'm so traumatized.
But I ain't never...
I ain't either. I only been with two. I only had 2 boyfriends my whole life. They fucked me up.
Oh, well, I had... 3. 1, 2. The other one don't count.
Oh man, I picked the 2 worst. They fucked me up.
Oh well, they ain't cheat on me. That I know of.
Oh
that I know of. But
that's the best way. If you gonna do it, don't let me find out.
Yeah.
Because if I find out, I'm gonna be a crazy bitch.
Shit, I wish the nigga that I was with last had cheated on me, because then I could have been done with that shit. Because I was looking for a reason, like, because I was so unhappy. I was like, and I felt like me being unhappy wasn't a good enough reason for me to leave him.
Yeah.
So I'm just like...
Especially if you're married.
I'm just like, cheat on me. So then I can have that excuse or whatever. So it's like, oh, why go to the end of the road. And
that's the end of the road, bitch. You might as well break up.
Exactly. And then you have a motherfucking divorce party.
That's so crazy.
But yeah, I've had exes that have inserted their shit into my life, then moved on completely, got new girlfriends and all that stuff, and they're still trying to worry about what the fuck I'm doing. Like, nigga, you had your time. Maybe if you was fucking me half as good as the nigga I'm fucking now, we fucking still be together.
Any more in here?
I'm just like, man.
I think that might need some for that.
She's gonna get us I'm trying to be more cutthroat and shit. Like I said in my New Year's resolution that y'all watched last week, I said that to the nigga and he almost was in tears. Talking about, I'm about to come over there right now. Hung up in my face. And I was like, oh, what you about to do? You about to come over here and fuck me? And I'm like,
because I already had it. I know what it's like.
Yes, I'm like, let me finish sucking this dick and you gonna have some dick breath on you or whatever. Like, man, like, don't fucking play with me. Like,
oh my God.
Like, you thought I was a crazy bitch? I'll show you a crazy bitch. Like, but I'm not crazy though.
No, I'm crazy, but I'm not a hoe. But I'm crazy as fuck. I'm crazy over you, boo. That's why I be telling him after I fuck up his whole house and the police are outside, I'm in the back. I'm crazy over you, boo.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever vandalized a nigga shit.
That wasn't vandalized.
Well, bitch, it sounded like
that was our shit at the time.
I'm more petty, like, as far as, I'm a silent petty. Like, I'll fuck up your whole shit and just be like, oh, that was me? I did that?
Now, there was a time I did I break it?
Wait, we're not supposed to be talking about ourselves. we supposed to be talking about these other crazy hoes, but I'm not a hoe though.
I never had no hoe go crazy on me because I was too crazy.
Ooh.
None of them wanted to pull up. None of them wanted to meet me. All they wanted to do was call me and inbox me and play with me. But none of them, not one of them ever wanted to see me in person. I guarantee you. Like, because it'll stop. There's no more texts or inboxes and cussing. You can only say so much until them hands get hot and then you want to.
Yeah, and the bitch want to pull up you in a car and try to drag you out the car, and I was just like, and then had the nigga pull you off, and then had the nigga pull me off of you. Okay.
I'm so done.
No shit. I got another story, and this is.
Well, is it crazy if you go back in the house of your ex with the key and you steal the Xbox? You buy him for Christmas because he cheated on you, and then you sell it back to him?
No, it's not crazy because I did something similar. Back in my Skyway days. That's why That's why I would never move back to Skyway. It brings back so many memories and shit. But
oh my god!
So I'm pulling on my shirt. I'm just bringing
on her face.
See, I'm itching because I wish a bitch.
We want you guys to tell us some comments and juicy stories below because this is a good one.
Yeah. So I was fucking with this guy, and like when I was fucking with him heavy too, and it was like I had only been single for a year, and I was like, and it was the first guy that I was like real serious with after a breakup or whatever. So anyways, so he was just like, he was going out after work to go kick it with some friends or whatever. So I was like, okay, cool, all right, that's cool. All right, I see you.
I wish everybody had a spirit and attitude like Kay.
You know, try me if you want to. So I'm all the way south, like almost into northeast Tacoma or whatever, and the nigga is downtown Seattle. That's where he worked at the time. So I'm like, all right, well, call me or whatever. He said he gonna call me back in 10 minutes. So it got 11 minutes, 12 minutes, 14 minutes. God. I'm like, okay, I let an hour go by before I start blowing him up. So when he finally answered the phone, because I called him a couple of times, he was like, oh, so what's up? And I was like, he said that he is going to some friend's house. He told me the street that he was on, and it was in a CD somewhere. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. He said he's gonna go and hop in the jacuzzi with some coworkers and stuff. I'm like, that sounds suspect. But I still was like, okay, my whole thing is giving the nigga the benefit of the doubt. So I hear somebody in the background say, oh, is that your bitch on the phone?
No fucking way.
And so I act like I didn't hear it.
And this was somebody you were dating?
I was like, I act like I didn't hear it. And then so he laughed it off or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, have a good night. I was like, click. And so
I'm scared.
I hopped in my car. He had already told me where he was at.
Oh my god.
He told me to cross street. I hopped in my car, got on I-5 North. I took the MLK exit.
Because any MLK.
Yeah, any MLK, and I was riding through CD, got on Rainier Avenue, bitch. Riding past Columbia City. I was like, this ain't the street. Looking for the nigga car. Oh wait, he didn't have a car at the time. But I'm just looking, and then so I called him. I was like, hey, I'm just checking on you. How you doing? How's the jacuzzi going or whatever? He's like, oh, just chilling. I said, why don't you come outside, get some fresh air or whatever. I want to talk to you privately. I know you're around people, He said, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm sitting down. I wasn't lying. I was.
Oh, I cannot even think right now.
So the dumb nigga gonna go outside. Oh my god, I was only like a little bit away from him. So I hop out the car. I'm licking myself. Sounds so fucking crazy. I said, so who's the bitch? I was like, fuck, I should have looked the other way, but I married the nigga and had a baby by him. I was like, fuck. I said, that was a whole red flag right there. Shit.
Oh my god, I cannot fucking
So maybe a nigga did cheat on me.
I can't fucking... Shit, you know. See, I was stupid. No, you was motherfucking smart as fuck because you didn't say anything until you pulled the fuck up. My mistake was, I fucking told the nigga, like... and the police was there when I got there. And I still tried to jump over them motherfuckers to beat her ass. So yes, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
You live and you learn.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm not like that anymore. I mean,
it takes too much energy.
I'm not saying I'm not like that anymore. I really hope that the nigga I fuck with don't watch this. But I'm not really like that anymore. But I can't genuinely say that because I've never been put in that position yet. And I'm like, I feel like because of those experiences that I had, that maybe I would think more or whatever. We weren't like official and together or whatever. So it's like, if someone did that to me, I don't think I would ever be put in that position now. Right.
It's the levels of how deep your relationship is. And I totally agree with you.
I shouldn't have to pull up on you. Right. Or nothing like that.
You know, but if you are my husband,
that's different.
Yes, it's
and
totally
we gonna
different.
get the papers together.
100%. If you are dating someone and they're showing you those signs already, take it very, very slow. I mean, maybe that person is working things out of their system. I hate to give people the benefit of doubt like that, but I feel like everybody has room to grow. And as long as you see growth and they're trying, you could be that individual that brings that out of them. You know, you can't base certain things off their past and how they're used to thinking or knowing how to react to certain situations, that they're doing that to hurt you intentionally. Right. That's all they're retreating to, that they know. So you have to, be steadfast, be a great example to them, and maybe you could be some change in their life. However, if they don't change and it gets worse and worse and worse, and you're dating someone, move on. Just move on.
See, I think all of my past relationships and whatever, all the people that I've ever talked to, I feel like it's been preparing me for who I'm supposed to be with.
That's right.
Because I look at things differently, and I am a firm believer in there is, like, a nigga will bring out, or a man will bring out, like, a different part of you. And, like, this person brought out this in me, and this person brought out this in me. I feel like I'm a better woman this year. That's right. Because of everything that I know and everything that I've been through. And that's what life is supposed to do. Life is supposed to teach you with experiences and all that stuff. So, like, if you're fucking with me, like, and, like, my past or whatever, I'm not saying that those things are going to be repeated.
Absolutely.
Or anything.
That's right.
And it's like, I shouldn't, and if I'm sharing those things with you, don't do the same shit.
Absolutely, exactly. That's the worst, when you share all your hurt and experiences and the nigga ends up doing the same shit and then wonder why you crazy.
And then you wonder why bitches are screaming niggas ain't shit.
Man, I'm telling you. And it's not like, okay, we're not bashing anyone here. But if the shoe fits, wear that motherfucker proudly and don't feel like it's being bashed. Change your fucking character. Like, I won't say everything bad about what I was going through with my ex was bad. He was a perfect person, other than the loyalty issues, of course. And so that's what made me crazy, because my standard for loyalty is so high above everything else. So know what makes your standard, what your standard is, and accept that and make somebody else accept that. Your standard might be low, where you can actually overlook that and deal with all the other perfections that come with that. And then you'll be in a perfect, happy relationship. There are some people that are in relationships married for 20, 50 years, and they deal with infidelity and different things like that, because that person gives them so much other stuff to the table, so it doesn't make them crazy. But if you have a trigger that makes you feel some type of way or makes you crazy, identify that, own it, and take accountability for it, but also pick the right person for it, because if you pick the wrong person for the wrong reasons, they're always going to bring that out of you. Sometimes, like, some people can heal from it and be better people from their triggers. Some people just need to stay away from certain things, and I need to stay away from liars and cheaters because that's my motherfucking trigger. So
yeah, I feel you. I need to stay from around cancers. I'm just joking. I'm just joking, but them fucking niggas be a magnet to me. Like,
and you're a Libra, that's so weird.
I don't, but like I feel like Libras and Cancers are like, maybe I'm just only speaking from experience, because almost every nigga I've ever fucked with was a Cancer. My first nigga, the second nigga, the third nigga, like fuck. Like, can I get a new? And it's like I don't even mean to. I feel like they're like the opposite. Like, but like.
That is so, because I'm a Taurus, and so usually Cancers and Tauruses go along, and like I've been dating a lot of like Aries, like other Tauruses, Virgos, so some compatibility, but a Libra and a Cancer is so
not compatible.
Yeah,
no, they're not.
But you guys just
no, it's like
opposites attract, maybe.
Opposites don't attract. Because the first dude, he was like right on the line, like Cancer and what's the other one? Leo?
Yeah, that's right.
Whatever, and then whatever the, okay, so it's like, maybe it's just revealing too. But like, I think the first one was like right on the, like, he could either be either or whatever, and the second one was like either or, but like in the opposite direction. And I'm just like, ugh.
That's a good
And I'm like, maybe I need to like, okay, if you are a non-Cancer, hit a bitch up.
Man, I'm looking for a Pisces, because I heard they like Tauruses. You know, like YG said, I'm Pisces.
Hey.
I'm expensive. Can you afford me? Ooh, I need a wig. Hey,
she do.
She do. Hey, with the lace front. Get the frontal lace. Anyway, but
is there anything else you would like to add? Because we kind of talked a little bit too much about ourselves, but we needed to be talking about these other crazy hoes, delusional hoes, and stalkers and shit.
Well, we are like the tip of the iceberg of what they are. We just control ourselves. I mean, it always comes from a trigger. So it comes from some type of, either you're lusting over someone, or you're too deeply in love that you don't see the logic in it, and that's where it goes. But we have limits. And some hoes don't have limits until they either get their ass beat or get in jail, or the person that is engaging with them stops. That's the main point. If you're engaging with someone who is doing things that are crazy,
just
you
stop.
have to stop.
Ignore it.
Nothing you can do is going to help that person. They have to seek their own help. It's almost like an addiction.
Yeah, because they're not going to talk to themselves. They're not going to just keep messaging and talking to the air, pretty much. Because, like, you know, niggas can inbox you and you see the shit, and then all you see is them talking to themselves. Eventually they're going to stop.
Absolutely.
Or you block them. Another person comes along, block them. It takes 2 seconds to block someone. So, but if you messaging them back saying, stop fucking messaging me, and then she's saying something else, and you saying something, that's entertaining.
Absolutely.
Which means you need to stop. Unless you like that shit. I want the nigga that I'm, disclaimer, I want the nigga that I'm fucking with to be happy.
In all aspects, with me or without me.
I want him to be, with me.
I
want him
I don't
to
have
be,
no more drink. I'm sorry.
I want him to be stress free. He don't need that extra stuff. I do all the stressing out. I don't need no other bitch stressing him out. I don't need no nigga. I don't need no other girls in his life that's stressing him out. Let me do that shit. Like, and then let me calm you down from the shit that I give you. Like, it's me and you. Like, if your friends or your whatever, or your niggas or your best friends or whatever the case is are stressing you out, then like...
You want to be his peace and his comfort, and that's how it should be with his significant other. Absolutely. I agree 110%. That's what makes your bond and your relationship so much stronger.
And that's from experience. That's from experience. And I really, really feel like all of my experiences is preparing me, and it might not even be with the nigga that I'm fucking with. It could be someone down the line. Maybe this nigga that I'm fucking with is preparing me for another nigga. It's like you never know how things are gonna play out.
And when you know better, you do better. So apply it instantly. Don't wait to do that shit, because you could be missing out on your opportunity or blessing being delayed. Like, learn in the moment and apply that shit. Because some of you motherfuckers,
Shit, y'all
Some of
don't
you
get me fucking started.
Man, shit, and some of you need some tough love to be knocked out of that stalker shit. But anyway, we don't condone violence.
Unless
we just condone defending.
You put
ourselves.
yes, exactly. You put your hands on me, bitch, or nigga, because I fought a couple of niggas before.
What the fuck is going on here? I didn't expect that.
Recently,
Kay.
niggas
Now
showed
you
up
need
at
the naughty corner, Kay.
No, the niggas showed up at my fucking job.
But we don't ever show up where the papers being made, ladies. And I'm gonna tell you something real quick, because I was crazy for a moment and I showed up at the nigga's job, but I sat outside because I had to think that if this nigga get fired and I end up still staying with the nigga, he's not gonna give me no more money. So I started doing crazy shit at his house. Like, do crazy shit in a secluded area where the police can't go and you don't fuck up the bag.
Well, he thought he was fucking up a bag, but he was stalking me. Pulled up on me and I had some mace.
Oh my god.
Nigga, don't fuck with me. I know you probably watching with your stalking ass.
And on that note, we are gonna move to the plug. We want to connect with you guys, get all your feelings like out there, and then help you go back out to your partners or your significant other or whoever you're dating, and just be a better person to whoever you're dating, so you can connect with love with them. But yes, we're gonna have like 2020 resolutions. No fuck boys. That's the theme of it.
Exactly.
Fuck boy free, because we deserve better, don't we, ladies?
Exactly. I heard a whole bunch of amens back there. Yeah. So in the future, we do have the plug session. So if you want to plug your business services, feel free to give us an email at butimnotahoethough@gmail.com. Subject line the plug, and then you can put out your information, and then we'll contact you, let you know if we fill in your business. And then we'll plug you on the show. But we had to plug us,
And we don't mind you guys sending us goodies. We'll promote it and do like a little segment on the show. So if you guys have things you're interested in sending to be advertised, yay!
Yes, I'll send you the address.
Yay!
Oh, crazy. But thank you for watching. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
Make sure that you comment, like,
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Hoeing and Shit Seattle. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that shit.
Absolutely. We know that you guys are crazy hoes and have some crazy hoes in your life. So tell us about it in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you guys.
But another disclaimer.
I'm gonna kill you.
If you have me in your life, I promise I'm not that crazy anymore. But don't bring it out of me. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Okay, bye.